Let's just jump right into it. I've got deuces under the gun. Now, normally this is a pretty standard open for me under the gun. In this particular spot, it might not have actually been an ideal open, because the most likely caller is exactly the person that called, who was the button. And that's a very fishy opponent. Playing 41-27 over 58 hands, very aggressive. He had a 10.5% 3-bet so far. And he had been just showing over the short sample the propensity to and any sign of weakness to take the pot away, to try to take the pot away from me. So this isn't really a great hand for me to be opening against this particular opponent, but I did it anyways. And there are definitely some flops I would c-bet, some flops I would not c-bet. I would think against this particular opponent, there's probably quite a few flops that I would not c-bet versus this opponent, which makes me think that maybe in this particular scenario, I might not have, maybe I shouldn't have opened it. But I think that I don't think it's a huge mistake in any way. He does call, and we go to the flop. So 2 to the flop, heads up, and the flop comes 9, 10, 4 rainbow. And honestly, this is one of those flops that I am not looking to c-bet. There's really nothing in his range that I expect him to fold here. If I c-bet here, what hands will he fold? Well, I don't think he'll fold a pair. I don't really think he'll fold any sort of reasonable draw, or any draw hardly at all, based on his numbers. And even if he just has like 2 overcards here, he's not going to fold 7-8. He's not going to fold 7-8, but he's not going to fold like Jack 10. Excuse me, he's not going to fold Jack Queen, Queen King, Jack King. He's not going to fold any of these hands. King Queen. So I don't expect him. So there's like hardly anything in his range that I really expect to get a big fold from if I do c-bet here. So this is exactly the type of flop that I'm not looking to c-bet. I'm planning to check here once this flop comes, and if he bets, I'm just going to fold. The types of flops I would c-bet here would be ace-high flops, king-high flops, really dry flops, like even drier than this one, or paired flops. And obviously if I flop a set. I don't have any of those things though, so I check, planning to fold if he bets. The interesting part of this hand begins when he checks back on the flop. Now, just based on this short read, I definitely make some assumptions. Those assumptions are that he would bet here if he had any pair. This is a very aggressive opponent. This is not a passive opponent. He's aggressive. If he has a pair, I expect him to bet. If he has any sort of reasonable draw, I expect him to bet. When he doesn't bet here, I actually start to think right now that I actually have the best hand. So if the turn is not a terrible card for me, I'm going to assume that I have the best hand, and that I probably have the best hand. The turn card is not a terrible card, it's a 6. If he had a hand like 7-8, he probably would have bet on the flop. Now, certainly it's possible he has a hand like ace-6 or something like that, but I generally don't think that that 6 helped much of his range improve over my own. So right now, I think that I have the best hand. So I'm going to bet right now in order to get either maybe slightly thin value from hands like a drawing hand like a Jack Queen or Queen King or King Jack, or an Ace Queen or Ace Jack hand that's just stubborn and doesn't want to fold. But also I guess a part of it is protecting my hand if I do have the best hand, so that I'm not just giving these free cards away to somebody who has 6 to 10 outs against me. So I do decide to bet, and if I was raised here, I actually would fold. I wouldn't know exactly what he had, but I guess I'm not prepared to play a big pot here by calling a raise here, because there's still one more round of betting. So if he raised me here, I would fold. I bet $1.36, and he does call. At this point, based on the line he's taken, I still believe that I have the best hand.